Hi White River family, we are Megan and Michelle Moss, sisters serving the Lord as missionaries in Tanzania, East Africa with CMF International.
We grew up in Illinois on a farm raising corn and pigs, and we went to church every Sunday because that's what an American farm family does. When we went to college though, we only went a handful of times because our parents weren't making us, get up on Sundays and go. And when we were in college, after we graduated, I had an opportunity to move to Indiana, and Michelle moved to Iowa, and that's where we started to hear from the Lord.
So for Megan, she became a believer, and I thought she was crazy. I was in law school at the time, and you don't hear of too many lawyers coming to faith, but that's exactly what God did in my life. And so October 29th of 2011, I decided to follow Jesus with my whole heart. And at that time, we looked at each other and said, okay, we're Christians now. What do Christians do? We hear that Christians go on mission trips, so I guess we should just try that. So we did. Megan went to Kenya with the Engage group, went on her first mission trip, and I got connected through a friend, and I went to Ethiopia. Little do we know that God would take us both to East Africa at the exact same time, and we came back changed.
Yeah, we did, and we had to stay changed. I remember getting back into old patterns and rhythms of life here before I went on a mission trip, and I thought, no, I can't live like this. So I sat down with Pastor Dan Crosley, the missions pastor at that time, and sat in his living room and said, I was changed when I went to Kenya, and I cannot live with myself if I go back to how I was living before I went. And so he encouraged us, connected us with our current organization, CMF, to sit down and have an intro conversation with them.
We were on the way to climb the corporate ladder. So Megan is an accountant by trade, I'm a lawyer, and one day to be the CFO, I had six-figure job offers coming out of law school, and God said, hey, I have something different planned for you. And God put on our hearts to drop everything and move to East Africa. For Megan, that meant quitting her job, selling her house. I took the bar exam, found out I passed a week before. We packed everything into our mom's garage, got on a plane, and moved to Tanzania.
What we do there is we train nationals, Tanzanians, the husband, the wife, and the children to go and plant churches where there are no churches. CMF's been doing this for over 15 years, and we have over 150 churches started in remote bush areas in Tanzania.
Living missionally means living with God, doing work with God, no matter where you are in the world. For us, that's Tanzania, and every day we have to wake up and decide and choose that today I'm going to do ministry with God.
If you would have told us 5 years ago that we would be missionaries in Tanzania, East Africa, we would have said you were crazy. But God has crazy big plans for His people, and He has a desire to reach those here in Noblesville, Indiana, in the United States, and to the ends of the earth, which for us is Tanzania. And so He has sent us out to be a part of living missionally halfway around the world.
We couldn't do what we are doing and being sent out if we didn't have those coming behind us in prayer, encouraging us, financially supporting us, and loving us in everything that we are doing to serve the Lord overseas.
We've been serving the Lord in Tanzania for the last 3 years, and when we started to pray about what God had for us next, we put our yes on the table again, being willing to do whatever, go wherever, whenever He led, and we are so excited that He is leading us back for 3 more years.
We also want to encourage you to be open and available to whatever the Lord can lead you into. For us, we came to God and said, God, we will go wherever, we will do whatever, whenever you tell us to. So we came to the Lord without any restrictions, with open hands, and as we did that, He was so faithful to show us how we can live missionally.